Oh, that's right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I would like to invite you over to Facebook Live. Penny is in the picture. She's setting up. She's going, where's everybody at? And what are we doing? Why is it Saturday? We're on the radio. We're on the radio, Penny. That's right. You and me. Let's see. What do we got here today? We got you and me and coffee talk, and we're going to have a good time. Coffee chats and community, coffee, tea, and Penny and me. So I guess I should put me on the screen. What do you think? No, I think I'd like to have me on the screen. Okay. Well, here's a little treat I didn't finish giving you. So there's your treat, Penny. So we are here this morning for just a half hour to just kind of give a little, it's what we would actually call, I guess, a highlight reel of the week. We could just call it that, a highlight reel of the week. So, how you doing? Howdy! It's Saturday. We got some great music we're going to be playing after this little live Facebook interlude here. Not more than 30 minutes. We're going to be playing Jerry Lee Lewis, Dinah Washington, Freddie Fender, and some blues. So it's going to be a great day here today. And let's get started. First off, the top story of the week goes to Greenwood County Council approved the data center moratorium. Now, you may know this story, you may not, so that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm just going to highlight some of the things. If you're a regular listener on the I Love Ann show Monday through Friday, you probably know these stories. But if you're not, maybe you should be. That's right. So anyways, it was a 4-3 vote, 4-3 vote. It was action-packed, exciting. The county council, just FYI, instead of letting the comments go first and then voting, they opted to vote first and then let comments come in. And a lot of people were surprised about that, but it worked out well because a lot of people that were going to maybe make comments felt they could just say thank you. So the moratorium is in effect for Greenwood County for 1 year. But now the real work begins. People can't be sitting back and just going, whew, got through that. We don't need to worry about that. Actually, the real work of getting ready, because you know what? A year will pass very slowly. I understand that they are going to put together some panels to work on this, and there may be some possibilities for regular folks to be working on this too, which is kind of exciting. So, and I do want to do a big shout out to Greenwood County for, I always get that name wrong, Greenwood County Residents for Responsible Growth, because they certainly kept the focus on seeing this through with the moratorium. They have become an action group. If you are concerned about your community, want to make sure that it's growing and going the direction that the majority of the people in our community want, then you should see about joining them on Facebook. That group is, they say GC, but it's Greenwood County Residents for Responsible Growth. I hope you will check them out. All right, so we've got that aspect of going on. Now, another thing that was, of course, this is the week that people are signing up to become the next senator from the great state of South Carolina due to the untimely death of Lindsey Graham. Of note, Lindsey Graham's funeral in Washington will be Tuesday the 28th, and then down in Columbia on the 29th with a private ceremony for the family. Also, I believe, on the 29th in Pickens. So that is what is happening as far as Lindsey Graham. Also, a lot of people are putting their name in the hat. You're going to have to tune into the I Love Ann show to hear all about that, because I just got a little time here this morning. We got barely half an hour to be able to cram it all in here. So that's why I'm just going to highlight and tell you to tune in. We'll be talking about the candidates, and of course you'll be hearing advertising right here on WCRS Radio 2. Before I tell you another thing, though, I need to make sure that you know about what? About the weather. It's always about the weather, isn't it? It is. So let's try to get a quick weather break. Penny says it's soggy out there. That's right. It is a little soggy this morning. Looks like we must have gotten quite a bit of rain last night because Penny and I were out there walking through some mud. So it must have been wet enough that it turned to some mud. So it's muddy, soggy, and a little humid. So right now it is 73 degrees. It feels like 73 degrees. We are going to have a high today of just 83 degrees. Oh my goodness. Next hour rain, there's a 20% chance of some rain in the next hour. The low tonight, 71. So, cloudy skies, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High, as I said, of 83. There is about a 20% chance of rain, so it's really dropped down. Now, coming in on Sunday, we are looking for a high of 89, low of 71, and about a 40% of showers in the afternoon. Showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two. Chance of rain, 40%. Monday, warming back up, folks. So enjoy this reprieve while we have it. High of 94, low of 72. Tuesday, a high of 96, low of 76. And we stay right there in the low 90s for the rest of the week, maybe dropping down into 80s. Just FYI. That's your local weather forecast right here on WCRS Radio. You know, we're live on Facebook for just a few minutes, and then we're going to launch into our music show just on WCRS. But I've decided this would be a good thing to do because a lot of people miss out on what's going on in our community, what interviews we've done, and a little trivia from Penny. So let's keep going. And then at 10 o'clock, we're going to launch into music, music, music. So there you go. We'll be there. Just hold on a second. Thought you might like some information. The news about the Greenwood data centers not having one, having a moratorium in place, I think is big, big news for everybody that has fought the good fight. All right. So what else do I have here? Well, if you missed Meet Me at the Diner this week, you missed a whole lot of good shows. Let me tell you. What did you miss? Well, Tuesday we had Dr. Kim on. That was an excellent interview. There are new medications out there that he is really, excited about. He feels they have a lot of good possibilities. And no, we're not talking about GLP-1s, although we did talk about those in our discussion. So you may want to check that out because there was some good information. Also, things to look for if you feel you might be having a heart attack. As he said, heart attacks don't always look like they do on television. We actually talked about what caused Lindsey Graham's death with his heart issue. It says we talked about the fatigue, the pressure, shortness of breath, nausea, or simply feeling that something isn't right. Don't ignore warning signs. And so that is one of the things. We also talked about doctors and listening and how important that is. And that, of course, early treatment saves lives. That was a great interview that morning. And I think it's one of those interviews that could literally save yours or someone's life. That was on Tuesday, and that is posted on A Girl and Her Mic podcast, as well as, I believe it's on the, what is it? Okay, it's on our website, WCRS1450am.net, as well as on Facebook Live right now. So let's take a look and see what Penny's doing here. Oh, this is just too boring. Too boring. Well, we're going to come to your story in just a minute. All right, then we had Ron Adderhold, Pickles, Purpose, and Preservation. He's a pickling nut. What was it? Last year, he canned over 6,000 cans, jars, and we talked about how he got into that. He is a veteran. He gives these away. He gave away over 2,000 jars at Veterans Appreciation. They're having a Veterans Appreciation down in McCormick. He gave a good amount to them, and then he's given out others to those in need. One of the things that really struck me was that Ron went back to college at 40, used his GI Bill, and really succeeded. Then came, had some successful things, but started having back pain connected to his military service, became debilitated, and always has canned because he grew up canning with his grandma and his mother. And so he started canning. And one thing he noticed, he started losing weight. He had to lose 80 pounds in order to have the surgery that he just had not long ago. And guess what? He lost 100 pounds. It's really a very incredible story. Hope you'll go back and listen to that one. That one was on Wednesday on Ron Adderhold, Pickles, Purpose, and Preservation. And check that story out. You might be encouraged to do what you need to do. So one of the things that impressed me, I asked him why he did this for veterans. He said because it's a taste of home. So, and you're right. When you have something that tastes so delicious like what you grew up, it takes you back, doesn't it? So go ahead and check that interview out, too. I'm just excited to be able to share this with you this morning, just FYI, because I think sometimes I go charging in on Saturday morning and you don't know what I've been doing all week. So I thought this would be a great way to share. So, what else? We had one more interview, and this is a great one, too. Daniel Gibson, who is representative for District 12. He, of course, gave us a legislative update. We had some spirited conversations about everything from not having a budget to how they spend their money. You may want to check that one out, too. So all of those are on Facebook Live, WCRS, and on the website, WCRS1450am.net. And note, we are now on Spotify, and we are on iTunes as A Girl and Her Mic. So make sure you check that out. That's pretty fun too. If you just want to be able to listen to it, if you're driving and don't want to have to watch Penny and me. Oh my God, you don't want to watch us. But if you just want to listen to it, you certainly can. So check that out. Big story, I think, this week is the story of the week. The Savannah River site, they are putting a data center there. Now, this is the state putting it in. And so that is what makes this most interesting, because the state has said that they were going to take up data centers. And it's also interesting because John McCravey, did he have the inside scoop on this? John McCravey had said that putting a data center down at the Savannah River plant would be a great place since nobody lives right there and it's not going to affect anything and they have energy source, etc., etc. Well, the state revealed that they are putting a proposed AI data center at the Savannah River site Tuesday, Wednesday. It's about a 1 gigawatt of computing capacity, roughly 2 gigawatts of on-site power generation planned, initial gas generation with long-term plans to transition towards nuclear energy. So it is designed to produce much of its own electricity instead of placing additional strain on the regular power grid. So I would be curious what you think about that. Do you think if South Carolina is going to build these enormous AI data centers, and this is going to be a big one, folks, what makes that the right location? Well, number one, it's not in anybody's backyard, right? Number two, you don't have to worry about any of the things that we all have been interested in right here in Greenwood from the standpoint of noise, effects on the environment, etc., etc. So I think, personally, it's a good choice. I find it interesting that Representative John McCravey must have known this was coming down the pike, because that's where he was suggesting. And he also suggests that other brownfield sites would be good. Places where the ground is already ruined and is not going to affect the people. So this is part of the topic that the state wants to take up over by next session. And if they do, I think we should see more possibilities of where data centers can go. So, one thing they won't be going in Greenwood County, at least for the next year. I think that this was really a big week this week. Didn't actually seem like that big a week, but it was a big week. It was really a big week. So, coming up this week, of course, is final dates for those that want to jump in and get in the election. By the way, for senator, the election for senator, just a little FYI that you may not know, that you may think this is crazy, because I sure do. Did you know that somebody does not have to be from South Carolina or be living, I guess, in South Carolina? They may have to have a residence, but they could be a part-time resident. They could live somewhere else 6, 8, 9 months of the year. It's true. You do not have to be a full-time resident to be able to run for the Senate seat that has been vacated by Lindsey Graham. That is in the Constitution, folks. So technically, and we actually have two people. One person is from North Carolina, has a business in North Carolina. They are running for the office, and there's one other person that I don't remember where they're running from, but they are Texas, maybe. Isn't this interesting? This seems to be a flaw. The only good thing that brings me back on this, that although these people may run an FYI, to be able to have your name on the ballot, you have to plunk down $10,440. So you have to be a little serious. This isn't like plunking down a couple of $100. This is $10,440 to run for the office of senator from the great state of South Carolina. Anywho, this is going to be a wild ride. It's going to be a wide field, and this is going to happen. This is going to happen on August 11th will be the primary election. Closing out who's going to run, we'll know by Tuesday, and then move forward with the process of trying to find the best candidate. Hey, you know what? I'm Ann Eller, and I am here with Penny. Yes, I am here with Penny. She doesn't seem too interested right now, although she should be. By the way, nominations are still open for breakfast for a bunch. I want to encourage you to nominate a deserving workplace. And I'm going to repost the graphic on Facebook if you'd like that. But here's all you got to do. Call or text 864-332-9355 to nominate a group for breakfast from Chick-fil-A. So get those entries in. We'll have another one the end of this week. So make sure you do it today. Hey, I'm Ann Eller. I'm here with Penny, and we've got coffee, tea, and Penny and me. Do you want to be a part of the story that's your story, Penny? Yes, it's time for Penny Loves People's Story. And she loves stories about wild and crazy animals, domesticated ones, anything that catches her fancy. In fact, we'll be sitting at the computer looking at stories. All of a sudden, she puts the paw down and says, "Stop, this is the story I want." Story of the week from Penny. Jimothy the raccoon. That's right, Jimothy the raccoon. Are you getting interested now? You want me to tell that story again? Please? Okay, I'll tell the story then. Jimothy the raccoon. All right, Penny, why don't you tell it? You do such a good job. Well, Jimmy is a famous raccoon from Seattle. He has a rare condition called... What is it? Oh, it's short spine syndrome. Gives him a very unique appearance and an unmistakable little waddle. People began posting videos of him. You may have seen him. Then something funny really happened. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody noticed it. And what did they do, Penny? They created a Jimothy bobbleheads, and they sold out because so many people wanted one. And then what happened? Google even celebrated. If you searched for Jimothy the raccoon, a little paw print appeared on the page. You click on the paw, and Jimothy would scamper across your screen. You know, that's one of those good feel stories. I'm sure you've seen it on TV, on videos, all this thing. And that was Penny's favorite story of the week. And what do you say, Penny? Sometimes the stories that make us smile are every bit as important as the headlines. I am the chief keep you happy person, Ann. Well, you are, Penny. You make me very happy. So we are right here at 10 o'clock, so that means this show is going to be ending. We're going to join the news here in just a minute, and I want to give you my quote of the week. Yes, she had another quote of the week. Dumb, but her quote. Well, thanks, Penny. Quote of the week is from Aristotle. And it is, learning is, well, where did it go? It was about learning. Learning is fun. That's right. You can learn a lot and keep learning and still have fun. So that's not exactly, that's it. Shortened up by me, but the basis of it is that we can all learn, and learning can be a pleasure. So get out there and learn something new. I sure do, and I try to bring it to you every day. So as we close out this show here this morning, you have been listening to or watching Coffee Chats in Community with Coffee, Tea, and Penny and me. That's going to do it for us. We will be back next Saturday for a roundup. And right now, we are going to join the news. Take it away. Be back on the other side. We're going to be playing Jerry Lee Lewis, Diana Washington, Freddie Fender, and a little blues. So take it away.
Got a squeeze box she wears on her chest, and when daddy come home he never gets